Hi, are you feeling low? Are you feeling emotionally dry? I have this experiment that I think you should try and that maybe would work for you, has worked for many. So remember, it's an experiment, it's something that you can try out and see how it works. So say you are in a state where you are emotionally low and you are not feeling at your best emotions, and everyone is still making a demand on you regardless of that emotional state. Everyone is still asking for something. Hobin has made a demand before and he's asking, okay, can I have this? And the children, you know they're reminding you of something you promised to do 2 weeks ago, but you haven't quite gotten around to doing it. And let's say your siblings, the siblings are calling to greet you, sister. They are greeting you. I hope you understand what I mean by greeting you. And everyone seems to be pulling on you, and yet you are not quite there. Okay, let's say this is not an everyday thing, but at this point, you sometimes wish there was somebody you could just call and put your head on their shoulders and discuss all of that with. And that person is not quite there. Now, this is the experiment. The first thing is that you need to get alone. Yeah, you need to get somewhere where you are alone. If you can run into a closet, if you can get into a room and close the door, if you can take a walk, yes, when all fails, put on your sneakers and say, I am going to take a walk. Anywhere in the world, anybody can take a walk. It's just about 10 minutes. Now, here is what to do when you catch that alone time. You need to think about someone. This someone has to be someone you have not spoken to in a while. It has to be someone who does not feel entitled to you, maybe a sister in the church that you can reach after calling three people to get her phone number. Maybe this someone is a long forgotten aunt that you have not spoken to in 17 years. In fact, when you do call, you have to introduce yourself. Okay. Second thing about this someone is that this person has to be someone you are in a position to help. That means when you call and say, oh, how are you doing, ma? I wanted to find out how you are doing today. How is the husband? That person will greatly appreciate it. So you see, you have some thinking to do. When you decide on this someone, that is what you need to do. You need to reach out to the person. And you have to put your heart into this. You need to call the person and you need to try and find out how are you doing. If you are aware that they just survived an illness, you need to find out how are you doing. Are you feeling all right in your body? If they just lost someone, you need to ask how are you guys coping. You need to sincerely be nice and ask about this person. Sometimes if it's a long forgotten aunt, you have to introduce yourself, okay? But be nice. You can even go the extra mile, like do it the African way. Ask for their account number and send in something immediately. All of this must be done in this 5 to 10 minutes you have. After you've done this, check back on that feeling. Do you still feel as terrible as you were feeling before you started the work, before you took a long time? That's the experiment. Yeah. I'll take feedback. I'll take feedback, and feedback will be accepted only if you have tried it. There must be a before state and after state. So feedback is accepted, but not from what you have imagined, only from what you have tried. Have a pleasant week, people.